Hey everyone, it's Connor and welcome back to my channel, The Closet. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name's Connor and my channel, The Closet, is a platform where I like to share bag reviews, my thoughts and opinions on bags, product reviews, and everything else in between, whether it be Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and of course, Hermes. So if that is something you're interested in, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean the absolute world to me. Now, as we are in December, it is Christmas time, hence the Christmas tree. So I thought definitely got to film in front of the Christmas tree because it's so pretty. I love Christmas. I'm Christmas obsessed. I have so much Christmas stuff. I actually have, I won't even show it to you because it's so embarrassing, but I have a whole Christmas village that I always set up every Christmas. So look, I'm Christmas obsessed, but who doesn't love Christmas? So moving forward, I have a very special item that I am going to be showing you and the process of how I got it. And it is a special order Hermes item, but it is not a bag. So if you are interested, stay tuned, keep watching. So the item, oh my gosh, my dog is at my feet. Wait, he wants to come say hello. I have two chihuahuas. This is Chase. He's the first one. Conrad. I'll get Conrad. Hold on. There he goes. This is my other dog, Conrad, who I actually named my consignment business Conrad's Closet after him back when Conrad was an angel. Now he is a devil dog. But on a side note, I would love if you could like my business Conrad's Closet on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll put all the links down below as well. So the item that I had special ordered by Hermes is something that is relatively new to do, and I only found out about it within the past 2 months. So it was definitely not something I had known about, and it wasn't until a friend, Mel, who has another YouTube channel called Purse on Fleek. I'll pop the link down below. She is a great friend of mine, and we're in a group message where we're forever sending Hermes things, and she found this on the Hermes France website. And when she told me about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have this. So without further ado, this is the item that I special ordered. It is an Hermes Calvi card holder. However, the Hermes France website lets you personalize it, and it's something that is completely new, and it's not something that's ever been done before. So I will show you. I chose to have my initials on the outside, as you can see, CB, and I also got a shooting star emoticon. And then on the inside, I got a different color as well. And the best part of it is it has the Hermes horseshoe stamp, which for those of you who are familiar with Hermes bags, a horseshoe stamp on a bag means you are a VIP client and you have been given the opportunity to create your own bag. So having that is super cool, and I haven't been ever given the opportunity to make a special order bag, and I think this is probably the closest I'll get to it, so I'm just milking it for everything it's worth. So this Calvi only arrived this week, and as soon as I received it, I posted photos of it on my Conrad's Closet Instagram story. And ever since I posted, I was like inundated with questions about where I got it from, how I was able to do it, and the whole process. So I thought it's best to put it all in a video so I can explain the whole thing start to finish for you all. So as I was mentioning earlier, this item was purchased from the Hermes France website. You can only customize the Calvi on the Hermes France website. You also can create an Hermes Bastia coin holder, which is very similar to the Calvi, but it's more of a square shape, and it's made for like holding change and things like that. So they're the only two items on the France website that you can customize. Now, in order to purchase these items, you can use your Australian Hermes online account. However, you need to have a European Union address. So anywhere in the EU where you can have the item shipped, you have to have that. So whether you have friends or family in France or England or Scotland or Germany, any country that sits within the EU, you're able to have it sent. However, you cannot have it sent to an Australian address. It just won't work. So say you're able to have the item sent to someone in the EU, you just hop onto the Hermes website, and if you're in Australia, it'll automatically default to the Australian website, or whatever country you're in, it'll just default to that country. So what you need to do is scroll right down to the very bottom of the website, and it'll say Hermes Australia, and it'll have like a hyperlink underline under it, and you click that and go change country, and then select Europe and then France. Once you're on the France website, you will notice that it's all in French and it's not in English, which makes sense because it's the Hermes French website. So I recommend using Google Chrome, because Google Chrome has a built-in translation function. It'll pick up that it's all in French and it'll say, do you want to translate to English? Unless you speak French, I would press yes, because it makes it a lot easier. After that, go to the women's section and then go to the small leather goods part. I think it translates it to the little H leather shop or something like that, but it's the second one. It's the second heading under bags for women. Once you're in that page, at the very top of the page, it'll have the Bastia and Calvi side by side as a product to select, and it'll say you can customize me, or this can be customized, or whatever it says. So you click on whichever one you want to do, and then it'll bring up the item. Now, this is the fun part, because you get to customize it however you like and pick from the range of colors that they have, and it lets you select 2 leathers. Now, I decided to pick the Swift leather option because I wanted to have mine in Bleu Electrique, and it only let me do Bleu Electrique in Swift, not Epsom. It wasn't available. So although I would have preferred to have it in Epsom, because Epsom's a bit more durable for small leather goods, I chose to have the color I wanted over that because it's definitely a keepsake item, and I probably won't be using this item as an everyday wallet because it's a bit special. So I opted to have Swift leather. So once I selected that, I selected the exterior color, which is, like I mentioned before, Bleu Electrique. Then it lets you choose the internal color. I wanted to have an internal color that was, sorry, one of my dogs. I wanted to have a internal color that was very, very visually contrasting when you open it. So I was going to get Bleu du Nord because they had that, which is like a light blue. But then I decided it might be a bit too matchy having 2 blues. So I decided to have Craie. So Craie, I don't know how it comes through in the camera. I think it looks pretty similar, but it's like a vanilla ice creamy off-white color, and it's gorgeous, and I think it contrasts really well. So once you've picked those 2 colors, you're then given the option to personalize your, like a monogram with your initials, or you can put a date, or you can put an emoticon. So you can either have the monogramming on the inside of the item. So I think with the Calvi, if you choose to have it on the inside, it'll place it here just below the snap closure at the bottom. Or if you want it on the exterior, it'll be exactly where mine is, right at the front. Now, I chose to have my initials because I wanted to have something that was very personal to me. And then I wasn't originally going to have an emoticon because I thought, I don't know if I really want that. But then when I looked at the options that they had, I was like, oh, they're so cute and they're special. So I thought, why not? I decided to get the shooting star emoticon because for those who are familiar with Hermes bags, and this is something that is very, very, very out of the ordinary, and the average Hermes collector probably wouldn't have heard of this, but it's called a shooting star bag. And basically, if an Hermes artisan or craftsman wants to create a bag for themselves or a direct family member, for example, if they want to create one for their wife or their daughter, son, whoever who was in their immediate family, they're able to create a bag, and then on the foil stamp of the bag where it says Hermes made in Paris, there is a big shooting star, which is very bespoke to that bag. And it pretty much means that that artisan has created a very well-made bag for the person in their immediate family, and it's just for them. So it's kind of like a personalized touch for someone who, means a lot to them or whatever. So the shooting star looks different to this shooting star. However, that's what it reminded me of, and I thought it was cute. I also decided to put the engraving on the outside because it's silver, and Bleu Electrique and silver contrast really, really well, and I like the way it stands out. So once you've picked those colors and you've decided whether you want to have it monogrammed on the inside or outside, it lets you pick a font size with, I think PM is the smaller size and then MM is the medium size. I chose to have MM because the PM size looked a bit too small. And then it also lets you pick a different font. I chose to have this font, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but I'll put it in the description. But I chose to have this font because I think it looks a bit more clean and neat. The other font looked a bit old-fashioned to me, I think. And look, if there was a gun to my head, I would pick either. It was much of a muchness. I just preferred this one. It looked a bit more cleaner. But yeah, pretty much once you've selected all of those options, you just place the bag into your cart and pay for it, and then you wait for Hermes to approve it. So when I tried to do this on my Hermes account, I placed the order, went through all of the steps and thought, oh, perfect, it's gone through. The amount was pending in my PayPal account and all was good. The next day when I woke up, I had an email from Hermes, which was all in French, so I had no idea what it was saying. And it basically said, after I had translated it, sorry, we could no longer fulfill your order. It has been cancelled. And I thought, that's strange. I wonder why. So I didn't have a European Union address, anyone in the EU. I had to use a international forwarding address. So it was in my name, and then the international forwarding company gives you an address in France or wherever that you want it to be. And it's a generic address. So when you order the item, it goes to this warehouse, and then they forward it to the country of your choice. So I had entered in a forwarding address, and for whatever reason, Hermes must have picked up on it. They didn't like it, so they cancelled the order. I didn't know that at the time, so I thought maybe it was because I paid with PayPal. So I redid the order, submitted it, and paid on my credit card, but the same thing happened the next day. They cancelled the order. So I was a bit upset because I really wanted to have this. So I contacted one of my friends who lives in Paris, and I asked if he would place the order on my behalf and have it shipped to him. He agreed, and I was ecstatic. I just sent him all of the details of what I wanted. He placed the order and Hermes accepted the order, thank God. So then the waiting game happened, and that is not something I am fond of at all. I should point out that when you place the order for the Calvi or the Bastia that's personalised, Hermes does say on there, please allow up to 8 weeks for it to be made, which does not bother me in the slightest because 8 weeks in the grand scheme of things really isn't that long. And I thought, oh, perfect. If it takes the full 8 weeks, it'll probably be ready by Christmas, and that would be amazing. So after I'd placed the order, a few of my friends who also were doing the same thing, and they all purchased Epsom Calvis or Bastias. We all placed our order roughly at the same time, and after about 2 weeks, they all got emails saying that theirs was ready. So I thought, okay, mine will be ready any day now, and it was not. So I thought, that's strange. Then a few days later, France went into lockdown again for COVID. And I thought, oh God, great. It's probably stuck getting made, and then they've gone into lockdown. But I later found out that the workshops for Hermes, regardless of the lockdown going on, they weren't going to be affected and they were going to be continuing working. So I thought, okay, well, there's a bit of relief. Another week passed by and it still wasn't ready, and I thought, I hope like nothing's happened. I was getting a bit like worried, and time just kept ticking, and I was like, oh. But then by the 4th week, my friend sent me a screenshot from Hermes saying the Calvi is ready to be picked up in store. The only thing I could think of as to why mine took double the amount of time as my friends was because they all ordered Epsom small leather goods, and I ordered Swift. So one could only assume that the Epsom ones are created in a different workshop to the Swift ones, and they are on, obviously a different time scale, or they're all created in the same workshop, but the Epsom ones get made quicker or first or whatever. But just something to keep in mind, that if you do want one in Swift, it could potentially take longer than Epsom or whatever. But at the end of the day, it was all ready to come and be sent over. So my friend sent it with DHL. It only took 3 days to come from Paris to Australia, and then it arrived. So once it arrived, I wasn't so happy. It was perfect. There was no mistakes. You know, no imperfections. The quality and everything is, of course, within standards of Hermes Immaculate, and it has all of the normal signs of a Calvi with, of course, the personalization and the horseshoe stamp on the inside. Now, in terms of pricing, if I were to buy a non-Epsom Calvi in Australia, I think you can't really get Swift Calvis. I think it's Evercolour leather that you can get, or it's Evercolour leather or Chev, which is goat skin, or of course Epsom. I think the like direct equivalent to Swift leather would be Evercolour, and on the Australian website it's $550. This wallet in euros was 310 euros from memory, which equates to about 515 Australian dollars. So it is, it's cheaper than purchasing it brand new from an Hermes store in Australia that is just a standard generic Calvi. If you were to get an Epsom Calvi, it's cheaper as well, because Epsom leather is a cheaper leather than Swift leather. So it's already cheaper buying it internationally from the Hermes website in France. However, you do need to factor in the postage cost from the country that you have the item sent to. So I think at the end of the day, when it was all added up, and I think I paid either the exact amount, like 560 Australian dollars or $570. So it was much of a muchness really, but 100% worth it in my opinion to get something personalized. So the item itself only just came with the Calvi and then just the normal Hermes box and the ribbon, and that's it. So you don't get anything else special. It's just the Calvi by itself. Some of the other colors also that are available for customizing the Calvi or the Bastia, they did have a lot of the traditional colors like a taupe, a tan, gold, and then they did have a few other past seasonal colors, and by past I mean the season that has literally just passed. So I think the reasoning why Hermes decided to do the special order Calvi and Bastia might have something to do with excess leather colors that they've had from the previous season that they want to get rid of. And for example, they had like Bleu de Nord, and they had Rouge de Cure, or however you pronounce it. It's like a coral red. So I think that might have had something to do with it. And also with COVID, they might have not sold as many small leather goods as they have done in previous years. So they had this excess colored leather from a season that's finished, and they wanted to try get rid of it. I think that might have had something to do with it, but it's just speculation. I'm not too sure. But if you were into Hermes and you're into personalizing things and you love that whole aspect to it, I would strongly recommend making this for you. It's right up any luxe lover's alley. It's so cute, it's so personal, and look, find somebody in the EU that you can have it shipped to, because when it arrived, it was so special, and it's definitely something I'm going to keep forever. I'm not too sure how long Hermes are going to have this up on their website, because originally when my friend Mel told me about it, Hermes had actually taken it down. And when she contacted Hermes in France and asked why, they said due to excess demand, they had to take it off the website so they could fulfill all of the orders that were currently pending. And then once that was finished, they would then re-put it back online. And then I think after maybe 4 or 5 weeks, they put it back up online. So who knows how long it'll be up there. They might just decide to take it down and be all Hermes about it and elusive, or they might keep it up and always have it. They might even bring it to the American website or the Australian website or wherever. So I strongly recommend making it. And also something I should point out, like a traditional Hermes Special Order item, you can only place one of both, every 6 months. So if you want a Bastia and a Calvi, you can only place an order for one or both, and then you're not able to do it again for 6 months. So you can get 2 of each a year, essentially. So that is also something that I should point out. So there it is, guys. That is the whole process explained, and hopefully this has made things a lot easier for you. Thank you so much for watching. I've really appreciated all of the support and views and subscribers that I've received this year, and it has been a tough year for a lot of us, but hopefully moving on into the new year, it'll be a lot better. I think everybody is just like counting their blessings and hoping that 2021 is the year. But I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, a fantastic end of the new year, and I would love if you could also like my Instagram page, Conrad's Closet, my Facebook page for Conrad's Closet, and also share and subscribe my videos. It would mean the world to me. But thank you so much, guys, and I will see you next time.